Hi guys, my name is Anna Maria and you're very welcome to my channel, and in this video I wanted to answer your questions because I get a lot of questions on my Instagram from you, and sometimes they do repeat a lot and it gets really difficult to reply to everyone. This is why I decided to make a video and just answer some of your questions, the most common ones. So the first question is, are you still studying in Ireland? No, I am not studying anymore. I just graduated a while ago and I had my online graduation process and it was interesting. Obviously, I expected something much more. I expected the graduation to be proper, offline and stuff like that, but unfortunately it's not possible. And I had my online graduation, which was still lovely and nice. And yes, I graduated with an honors degree in management.
Our graduation ceremony will now begin.
It is every bit as important as it is a public acknowledgement of your achievement. I hope that you and your families and friends can take time out today to celebrate this formal recognition of your academic success.
Cool. The second question is, are you an MBA student? No, I'm not an MBA student. I made a video about MBA, but I'm not an MBA student. I made some research about it and I made the video for you. But I am not studying any master's degree. I'm still thinking, should I do master's or not? I might still wait 1 or 2 years before doing master's because I want to do a course and make sure that I get a lot out of it, that I get a lot of knowledge out of it, that I get a lot of connections out of it. And at the moment, doing a master's course might not give me as much as I want, because a master's course is very expensive. It's something like 10,000 euro and I want to get the most out of it if I pay that much money. Like, for example, going to do master's, it's not only about getting the information and getting the knowledge, but it's also about meeting people, making some connections, getting to know them. And at the moment it's going to get really difficult to make relationships with people being online, and this is why I would really like to do master's offline, or just get to the college at least, to the university at least once or twice per week to meet people, to get to know them, So I don't know if there is much sense of doing masters for me right now, because I want to get the most out of it, because I'm going to pay a lot of money, obviously, and I'm going to put a lot of time investment and a lot of effort investment into this, and I want to make the most out of it. So I decided to hold on with my masters for the moment and to do some research about it, to find out what kind of documents I need to do my masters, and after that I might apply for masters, maybe not in 2021, but maybe in 2022. It might be a good idea, but I'm still thinking about it. I do have a pretty fine career, so maybe I might move on even without masters, but I might need masters at some point in the future as well, so I might do it very soon. Cool. The next one is, what do you work? So what do I work? And loads of people just text me, hi, how are you? What do you work? And I'm like, oh my God, they don't know me, I don't know them, and I can't be that open, but I'm going to answer in this video. So I do work as an area manager in a tech company, and that's probably the most that I'm going to tell you. And yeah, it feels really weird to answer to people straight away who I am and what do I work without knowing them properly. But yeah, I'm working as an area manager at the moment. I got loads and loads of questions like, if I move to Ireland, can I find a job in finance, in management, in tourism and stuff like that, in like cybersecurity, for example? Like, loads of questions like this. Guys, we're in 2020, no one can answer if you can get a job or not. Many people ask me, like, what's the demand in a certain field? There is demand, there are jobs everywhere, but I don't know, how is this information going to help you? There can be loads of demand. It's only about you to be able to sell yourself and find the job. So I am not going to answer and tell you that yes, there is demand, yes, there are jobs in a certain field, because Everything is changing, there is nothing stable, there are loads of people made redundant, and I can't guarantee anything. This is why I'm not going to answer this question. So, you know, guys, it would be really difficult for me to tell you that yes, there is demand in a certain field, go move to Ireland and find a job in cybersecurity, for example. I can't say it because I don't know you, I don't know how well you can sell yourself, and maybe you can't sell yourself really well, and then you'll make me guilty, and then you'll say that Anna told me that there is a lot of demand in cybersecurity and I moved to Ireland and I couldn't find a job and Anna is guilty. You know, I don't want to get any kind of messages like this. This is why I'm not going to answer these questions. You know, there are jobs everywhere and you can find jobs everywhere, and it's only about you to look for those jobs, and you can do everything online right now because companies are doing online interviews, so you can be in a different part of the world and have an interview and get a job, you know, even before moving. So guys, it's a very strange question, and yes, there are jobs everywhere, but it's about you to find them. Also, loads of people knew that I'm flying in lockdown, and we had lockdown 2.0 and it's already over, and loads of you asked me, why did you fly in lockdown? And to be honest, I really needed to change the atmosphere because I started to feel really depressed. I started to feel really bad. I started to feel like I have no energy to do absolutely anything, and I wasn't sure about my health, if everything is okay or not. This is why I decided to fly back home to see my family, to see my friends, to go to a lot of doctors, to check and see if I have enough vitamins, microelements, if everything is okay with my blood, with my body and stuff like that. Thank God everything is amazing, everything is great, and yeah, I decided to go and change the atmosphere. I was really honestly afraid to change the atmosphere and to fly and to go to a different place because of health reasons. Yes, I could have got sick or anything could happen, but I was extremely careful, and you know, I'm feeling so much better after my little holiday. I'm feeling like I'm so inspired, I have so much enthusiasm, and mentally I'm honestly feeling much better. So that was actually a need for my mental health. The next question is, how can I meet you? So many of you want to meet me to go for a drink, for a coffee and stuff like that. And I get loads of messages like this very often. And you have to understand that I don't know people who are texting me, and I'm really hesitant. I don't know who they are. And yes, I know that there are loads of nice and lovely people, but at the same time, I need to be very careful. I think you would agree with me in this. And yes, we can meet, and to meet, you can go onto my Patreon. You can check the link in the description, and you can sign up for my VIP patron membership on Patreon. It's a subscription service where you pay monthly a certain amount of money, and every month we will organize meetups. We will do online meetups for now, but later, whenever it's going to be safe to do so, we will do physical meetups, okay? And you can do it, you can just subscribe to my Patreon, and this is how we can meet, this is how we can interact and communicate, because it gets really difficult for me to cope with the demand, with loads of people who want to meet me. So we can do it on Patreon, and we can meet as a community. I want to create a community of like-minded people on Patreon, and I want to meet there. I want us all to be very enthusiastic, share our experiences, and we can do this on Patreon. So check the link in the description to this video. I have people asking me also, what city is good to live in with a very good infrastructure, with job opportunities, but outside Dublin? Because many people don't want to move to Dublin. It can be like too overwhelming and too busy. So you can move to Cork, and Cork is down in the south, but Cork can be pretty rainy. But when I went to Cork, it was lovely, it was really good, and obviously it's a busier city, it's a big city in Ireland, and you can move and live in there. You can also move to Galway, but you have to be ready that it's raining almost every single day in Galway. Obviously there are lovely days, but it's pretty rainy in there. But you can move to Galway because there is a pretty good infrastructure. You can also think about Limerick. Limerick is not too far away from Galway, and there is a good infrastructure as well. Again, you will have job opportunities, you'll have infrastructure, you'll have plenty of things that you need around yourself, but it's not Dublin. It's quieter than Dublin, which can be really amazing for people who feel that they want to live in a quieter environment. Another very common question, and I'm sure that people who follow me for a long time, you already know the answer to this question, but how long have you been living in Ireland? I have been living in Ireland, in Dublin, in Ireland for 4.5 years. So that's a pretty long time. I've got still people asking me these questions, but yeah, 4.5 years. Lots of people also ask me if they can have my WhatsApp number. No guys, you can't have my WhatsApp number because I keep my WhatsApp very private. It's only for my family and very close friends. But if you still want to communicate, if you want to join a nice and lovely community, then you can subscribe to my VIP Patron membership on Patreon. The link is in the description to this video, and there we will connect, there we will communicate, and there I will answer your questions. And now the last but not the least question is, loads of people message me and they just say hi. Or they just say, hi, how are you? And they do expect an answer. But guys, if you want to message me, can you please just say hi and just introduce yourself? Just tell me who you are and where you're coming from, just so I know who you are, just so I feel a bit more open to talk to you. Because if people just message and say hi, I feel really uncomfortable to reply. I'm not really sure if I'm just gonna waste my time by replying or if I can help someone and stuff like that. So please just say hi and introduce yourself, say where you're coming from, why you're texting me, because if I'm to text someone, I would definitely introduce myself, say where I'm coming from, and try to connect with that person as well. So guys, these were 10 questions that I had from you, and if you have more questions, please put them in the comments to this video and I'm gonna answer them in some future Q&A videos, or maybe I would answer them in some live videos. An announcement: very soon I'm going to have a live video with a very interesting person, and he is going to visit all the castles in Ireland. And if you're really interested in the history, in the culture, in castles of Ireland, make sure you check the link in the description to follow that person. And I am not gonna tell you who that person is, but very soon I'm having a live video with him, and hopefully it's going to be very interesting for you. Make sure you do check all the links to my Instagram, to my LinkedIn, to my TikTok, to my Patreon in the description. You do give this video a like, you do subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.